It's Christmas Day 2023, meaning there are 94 days left until opening day of the 2023 Major League Baseball, or 2024 Major League Baseball season, and today's Mariner of the Day is Big Dumper, Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh is essentially in his third season this year, pre-arbitration and everything, hasn't gotten his contract all settled down yet, but he did break the what was at the time longest playoff drought in North American professional sports at 21 years. Once the Mariners made the playoffs in 2022, they no longer had that. They still have one of the longer droughts in terms of winning a division. After Detroit yesterday clinched their division. The longest current droughts in North American professional sports are the New York Jets and Buffalo Sabres, both with 12 years. 11 years for the Sabres, but it'll be 12 at the end of the season if they don't make the playoffs. After the Mariners made the playoffs in 2022, it went to the Sacramento Kings at 17 years. Buffalo Bills also had a 17-year playoff drought that coincided with a large portion of the Mariners' playoff drought, which was very interesting to see a playoff drought play out like that. Last season, Cal was the primary catcher, but also sometimes played designated hitter, rotating with Tom Murphy, meaning that sometimes the Mariners did have to risk losing the designated hitter, which wasn't great, which is why I like the signing that they made yesterday that allows us to have, it's a man who plays catcher, who's depth at catcher, but he was essentially signed as the designated hitter. Last year, Raleigh had 3.2 wins above replacement in 513 at-bats with 119 hits, 30 home runs, one of the first catchers, I think, in Mariners history to ever hit 30 home runs, might actually have the record. Batted .232, scored 78 runs with 75 RBIs. He didn't steal a base, but that's not what you pay a catcher for. You pay a catcher for defense, and he actually had good offense as well. Through his career, 6.6 wins above replacement, through 1,022 at-bats with 222 hits, 59 home runs, 217 RBI, or 217 batting average. Scored 131s, 151 RBIs, and actually has one stolen base. His OPS plus last year was 117 and 107 for the career. 112 and 107 for the career. So he's showing improvement, which is what you want in somebody who's young. I'm going to go ahead and check out his projections. They project 526 plate appearances, 473 of them being at bats, 65 runs, 108 hits, 25 doubles, 1 triple, 27 home runs, 71 RBIs. 3 stolen bases, walked 48 times to striking out 144 times for a 228 batting average, a 302 OBP, and a 457 slug for an OPS of 758, and 216 total bases. They also project that he gets hit by a pitch 3 times, which I think is a little low, considering how many times the Mariners have gotten hit by a pitch. Baseball Reference predicts this as an 80% accuracy. So he did get to play in 2021, but it's realistically only his third full season. He only played 47 games in 2021, and that was fine. You want your catcher to develop. You want to bring the guy up. 148 plate appearances, 7 of them weren't at bats. He had a pretty bad 2021 batting score of -10, but overall he's had a decent career. He actually played college ball, was drafted by the Mariners, went through A, AA, AAA, all that, and then just came up and did pretty well. Now, in terms of fielding, I'm trying to find where his... Now, 78 people stole a base on him in terms of, with 27 not getting a steal in an attempt, so 26% caught stealing percent. Not the best, but with the new rules and the larger bases, it is harder to catch a base runner stealing. 993 fielding percent. 28% caught stealing, or catching this runner stealing percent, which is really decent for his career. I'm interested to see how he does. I definitely think Raleigh can improve his offense and defense to the point where he could be one of the better players on the Mariners and somebody who they build the offense around alongside Crawford and Rodriguez. I like the idea that he is basically somebody to build around. You always want somebody your pitchers can trust, and what I do know is that all of the pitchers on the Mariners staff trust Raleigh, and that absolutely helps considering the way that the Mariners play. They have a wonderful way of doing things with that. Now, the cool thing about Raleigh is he is a switch hitter, and he actually is good at hitting from both sides of the place. On May 15th, and I actually watched this happen, during a 10-1 victory against the Red Sox, he was the first catcher in the 112-year history of Fenway Park to homer from both sides of the plate in the game. And he did it in back-to-back plate appearances. It was one of the most awesome things I've ever seen, and honestly, since we play the Red Sox every year in Fenway, I want to see him do it again.